All right. So what's next in the UFC welterweight division? We obviously saw last Saturday what happened with Masvidal and Usman. We saw, Usman has really improved since the first Masvidal fight. He just wrestled him in that fight, kind of stomped on his feet. And this fight, he came with him, set him up with a straight right, bam, lights out for Masvidal. So I think we can all kind of agree that taking Usman's belt is going to be tough. But if there's someone who's going to do it, it's going to be Colby Covington. We saw what happened in the last fight with Colby Covington, where that was dead heat, 2-2 going into round 5, and he basically breaks Colby Covington's jaw. And yes, I did just say Usman has improved since the first fight, but Covington has also switched trainers. He's only had one fight since then, which was against Woodley, and he destroyed Woodley. So Covington may have gotten better too. But other than that, what's more interesting here is, what's next for Masvidal. Masvidal, I don't think he's a championship fighter. He's not. He's never going to beat Usman. He's old. He's 36. He's a showman, though. So I could see him fighting one of the Diaz's. Nick Diaz is coming back to the UFC, so I could see that fight happen. But I could also see Nate Diaz. Let's say Nate Diaz loses to Leon Edwards, which I think he will. I think he will. He might go fight Masvidal. That would be a big title. It would be the BMF rematch, as we saw. Masvidal got the BMF title belt for beating Nate Diaz the first time around. And, the BMF title hasn't been up for grabs since then. So it would definitely be interesting to see a rematch there. I think Masvidal would still take it, though. Now let's move on to Gilbert Burns. We obviously see Gilbert Burns is going to fight Stephen Thompson. And I think the winner of that fight is next for the winner of Covington Usman too. A lot of people are saying, winner of Edwards versus Diaz is going to fight the winner of Usman Covington. But I think it's actually going to be the winner of Burns versus Thompson. Burns has shown that he's a great fighter, and Thompson has too. They both have quality wins. So I think there is still some work left for Usman to do. Obviously, he's already beaten Covington. He's already beaten Thompson. He's already beaten Burns, but he's trying to go around lap people. He's trying to prove he's the greatest of all time. I've also heard, whispers on Twitter, Conor McGregor and Kamaru Usman have been beefing, So that's also a possibility. I mean, if Usman feels like he's beating everyone, he wants a big payday. If you want a big payday, go fight Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor, we've seen him at welterweight. His last fight versus Cerrone, he destroyed him. I mean, Cerrone's not really like that, but competition is competition, and Conor can definitely fight at 170. And I think that only happens if Conor is not competing for the lightweight championship, which would mean he loses to Poirier, might go out fight Usman. And yeah, as I said yesterday, McGregor likes to put on a show. So I bet him possibly fighting Jake Paul. And, Usman's definitely a possibility if Usman feels that he's cleared out this division again. But there's also Khamzat Chimaev. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but he's also a big wild card. He has shown a lot of promise, and I think that name was thrown around with Nick Diaz. Those two fighting together. Obviously, Nick Diaz, I don't think he has an opponent yet for his return. So a fight versus Chimaev would be pretty interesting. I think Chimaev would go and take that, and then he'd obviously be moving up the rankings. Right now, I think he's at 15 or something along those lines, and he would definitely move up into the top 10 with that win. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the UFC welterweight division. I think it's one of the most interesting, if not the most interesting divisions in the UFC right now. And leave a like if you enjoyed. Peace. Those are my fighting words.